The Wizard of Oz. Published by Miles Kelly. Illustrated by Amit Tayal. Dorothy lived in a farmhouse with her Uncle Henry, Auntie Em, and her little dog, Toto. One day, the wind began to swish. It began to swoosh. Then it wailed and it swirled.
Oh, no. A twister.
There's a twister coming, shouted Uncle Henry. As her uncle and aunt disappeared into the cellar for safety, Dorothy grabbed Toto and ran into the house. Suddenly, the house rose up, into the air. Then the house landed with a big Dorothy found herself in a magical land. She ran outside and saw a kind-looking woman. "Hello," said Dorothy. "Please can you tell me how to get home?" "Go and see the wizard in the Emerald City," said the woman. "He will help. Just follow the yellow brick road." The woman handed Dorothy a pair of sparkly shoes. "These will keep you safe," she said. Dorothy waved goodbye and set off along the yellow brick road. Soon, she grew tired and sat down under a tree to rest. "Where are you going?" called a Scarecrow from across the road. "I'm off to see the Wizard of Oz," replied Dorothy. "I'm going to ask him to help me get home." "Can I come?" asked the Scarecrow. "My head is stuffed full of straw and I'd like some brains." "Of course," said Dorothy. Dorothy, Toto, and Scarecrow set off. Suddenly, they heard a tinny voice calling for help. "I can't move," cried a man made of tin. "I've gone rusty in the rain." Dorothy found an oil can by the man's feet. As she oiled the tin man's joints, she told him where they were going and why. "Can I come?" asked the tin man. "I want to ask the wizard for a new heart, so I can love again." Soon, the road went through a dark, spooky forest. "I'm scared," said Scarecrow, trembling.
Ah!
Scarecrow screamed as a huge lion leapt out of the trees. Toto rushed towards the lion, barking. "Don't hurt me," wailed the lion. "I'm not brave. I roar to pretend I'm not afraid of anything." "Come with us to see the wizard," said Dorothy, kindly. "Maybe he can give you some courage." At last, the friends came to a locked gate on the outskirts of a big city. Beyond the walls, all the buildings were covered in dazzling, bright green emeralds, which sparkled in the sunlight. They met a gatekeeper, dressed in green. "We've come to see the Wizard of Oz to ask for his help," said Dorothy. "Follow me," said the gatekeeper. "I'll take you to him. I'm sure he'll be able to help." The Wizard of Oz sat on a large throne inside his palace. He listened carefully to Dorothy's story. "I will help you all, but I need you to help me first," he said. "The Wicked Witch of the West has taken some of the people of Oz prisoner. Will you rescue them?" Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion agreed to help. The Wicked Witch lived in an old castle. When she saw Dorothy and her friends marching towards her, she sent her crows and flying monkeys after them. Scarecrow flapped his arms and scared the pecking birds away. Tin Man tried to fight the monkeys with his axe, but there were too many of them. The flying monkeys captured the friends and brought them to the castle. cackled the witch.
You're my prisoners now.
The witch set Dorothy and her friends to work. Tin Man chopped wood, Scarecrow swept the castle, and Lion picked horrible, black vegetables. Dorothy worked in the kitchen. One day, the witch noticed Dorothy's sparkly shoes. "Girl, give me those shoes," she screeched. "No!" shouted Dorothy and threw the bucket of cleaning water over the witch. Cried the witch. She began to twitch and shake and then slowly melted away. With the witch gone, the flying monkeys flew away. Dorothy ran to find her friends. They rescued the prisoners and headed back to Oz. The wizard told them they didn't need his help. "You used your brains to defeat the witch. You were courageous when she sent her guards after you, and you stuck together and gave each other the love of friendship." "But how will I get home?" asked Dorothy. "Glinda, the good witch, will help you," replied the wizard. "She lives in a beautiful palace just outside the city." So, Scarecrow, Tin Man, Lion and Dorothy set off to see Glinda. Glinda listened to Dorothy's story and smiled. "All you need to do is tap the heels of your sparkly shoes together 3 times and make a wish." Dorothy hugged her friends. "I'll never forget you," she said. Then, she tapped her heels together 3 times and said, "Take me home." Suddenly, there was Uncle Henry and Auntie Em. Dorothy was home again. "You'll never believe what happened," cried Dorothy. "But I'm so glad to be home."
Hi, if you like this video, please give this a like and hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I release a new video.